This weekend is set to deliver a thrilling mix of high-stakes matchups, proving that even after a slow stretch, college football is back in full swing. From top-tier clashes to explosive showdowns, fans can expect a weekend filled with action that'll keep everyone on their toes. Here's a breakdown of the top 10 games, starting with some honorable mentions and counting down from the most anticipated to the less flashy. Honorable mentions: Cincinnati versus Kansas, Georgia Tech versus Wake Forest, Rutgers versus Minnesota, Duke versus Syracuse, Louisville versus Pitt, Tennessee versus Mississippi State, Arizona versus Iowa State, Appalachian State versus Boise State, BYU versus Colorado. All point spreads are courtesy of BetMGM. All kickoff times are Eastern and on Saturday, unless otherwise noted. 10. No. 8. Florida State 3-0 versus Virginia 3-1, Friday 7 p.m., ESPN. A 30-year-old rivalry comes back to life as Virginia dons throwback uniforms to challenge Florida State. This matchup is steeped in history, with the Cavaliers once upending the Seminoles in 1995. While FSU has dominated the ACC for 29 straight games, Virginia's 3-1 start gives them a chance to write a new chapter. The line favors the Seminoles, -7. But the stakes are high for both teams. 9. Number 11 Indiana, 4-0, versus Iowa 3-1, 3:30 p.m. Peacock. Indiana's dominance over Illinois last week sent a clear message: this team is ready to contend. With a Heisman favorite in Fernando Mendoza and a defense leading the FBS in tackles for loss, the Hoosiers are a force. Iowa, though, has a formidable defense and needs a breakthrough offense to stay in the conversation. The line is Indiana -7.5, but this is a battle of wills. 8. No. Ohio State 3-0 versus Washington 3-0, 3:30 p.m., CBS. Ohio State, ranked number 1, faces a Washington team with a perfect home record. The Huskies have won 22 straight at Husky Stadium, but Ohio State's talent edge could tip the scales. This is a test of resilience for the Huskies, who must avoid the pitfalls of past games. The line is Ohio State. 8. Number 22, Notre Dame, 1-2, versus Arkansas, 2-2, noon. ABC. Notre Dame's struggles have been glaring, but Arkansas is a dangerous opponent with a tendency to fumble. The over-under is 64.5, the highest in the nation, suggesting a high-scoring game. If Notre Dame can't secure a win, their CFP hopes may fade. The line is Notre Dame, -4.5, but this is a game where mistakes could cost them dearly. 6. Auburn 3-1 versus No. 9 Texas A&M, 3-0, 3:30 p.m., ESPN. Texas A&M, rested after an idle week, faces Auburn, which was battered in a close loss to Oklahoma. A&M's quarterback, Marcel Reed, is a stud, but Auburn's defense needs to step up. The line is Texas A&M, -6.5, but this is a test of mental toughness for both teams. 5. Number 24 TCU, 3-0, Arizona State, 3-1, Friday 9 p.m. Fox. TCU's offensive firepower is unmatched, averaging 7.4 yards per play. Arizona State, though, has a strong kicker and a solid defense. The line is Arizona State, -3, but this is a game where the underdog's resilience could shine. 4. Number 21 USC, 4-0, versus number 23 Illinois, 3-1, noon. Fox. USC's consistency is impressive, but Illinois needs to bounce back after losing to Indiana. Jaden Mayava's efficiency and Wayman Jordan's speed make this a must-watch. The line is USC, -6.5, but this is a test of depth for both teams. 3. No. 17. Alabama, 2-1, versus number 5 Georgia, 3-0, 7:30 p.m., ABC, a rematch of a 2024 classic. This game is a battle for supremacy. Alabama needs a win before facing LSU and Oklahoma, while Georgia's secondary struggled against Tennessee. The line is Georgia -3, but this is a game where momentum could shift rapidly. 2. Number 4 LSU, 4-0, versus number 13 Ole Miss, 4-0, 3:30 p.m. ABC. LSU's defense is elite, but Ole Miss offense, led by Trinidad Chambliss, is a threat. This is a chance for LSU to break out of a slump, but Ole Miss' recent struggles could be a factor. The line is Ole Miss -1/2, but this is a game where every play matters. 1. Number 6 Oregon 4-0 versus number 3 Penn State 3-0, 7:30 p.m. NBC. Penn State's 4-20 record against top 10 teams looms large, but Drew Aller could rise to the occasion. Oregon, meanwhile, needs to prove they're a contender after non-conference wins.
The line is Penn State -3.5, but this is a game where the stakes are sky high. But here's where it gets controversial. Can a historically struggling team like Penn State overcome the odds? And this is the part most people miss. How will the underdogs adapt to the pressure? What do you think will happen in the Georgia-Alabama showdown? Share your thoughts below.